Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one is from Throwaway. Okay, this is going to be a little annoying. 38, 58, 46, 28, 495. Am I the beehole for spending too much of my boyfriend's vacation budget? My boyfriend and I, both in our early to mid 20s, recently went on an international vacation together. Background context is that he comes from a very wealthy family that fully supported him through college. Because of this, he has a large amount of money saved. This is not my situation. I worked through college to support myself and have no savings at all. We are now early into our careers. We make the same amount of money working full time, and it's not enough to save. Several months ago, my boyfriend suggested that we take an international vacation together. I told him I fully support him going by himself or with other friends who can afford it, but I can't afford it. He ended up insisting that he would cover me. He booked the flights and most of the accommodation out of his own pocket, and his parents covered the remainder for our hotel stays. I didn't contribute at all to this, as we agreed. I felt a little uncomfortable, but with it, I never traveled abroad, so I took the opportunity. On our first night, we went to an expensive restaurant of his choosing, and we got an entree, shared an appetizer, and we each had a drink, a cocktail for me and a soda for him, because he doesn't drink. We then went out for ice cream and another drink later that night. Also his idea. It was a wonderful, and we were both in good spirits the whole time. The next morning, he became withdrawn, looking at his phone. He told me that we were burning through the budget, and I should cool down on my spending, but he's the one taking you everywhere to spend. You're not suggesting to go to these expensive places. I hate this crap. This kind of happened with me at a friend I was cool with. Took me to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Well, we all went for his birthday. $22 for a square of fish. You know what I can get for $22? A whole bloody fish that I can cook myself and season it the way I like. Had to go to Jack and a Crack later on to get something because I was dying of hunger. Waste of money. But back to it. And should be paying for my own appetizers, drinks, desserts, and other extras. I let him know that I'm sorry if he misunderstood things, but I can't afford the restaurant food in a tourist town. I told him that if I'm supposed to be paying for those things myself, then I won't order them anymore, which is okay with me. I was just happy to be there. Admittedly, I was feeling a little defensive, and I pointed out that everything we ordered had been his suggestion, and he never told me in the moment that it was too much. Man, how much is that restaurant if appetizers, a drink, and a soda is destroying the budget? But again, back to it. I said I felt like he was insinuating that I was going crazy and burning through his money. It became a big argument, and he accused me of trying to make him feel shitey for not having enough money to make all my dreams come true, and for making it sound like he's depriving me of fun extras during our vacation. Okay, he seems to be in his own head having his own problems because it doesn't sound like you're doing that to him. I don't, you know what I mean? You didn't go, oh, we have to go to this fanciest restaurant and I need 50 drinks and I need the best drink. You just kind of went along with it and you told him you can't, pay your way, and you told him to take his friends or go by himself because you can't do it. I don't know what his deal is. I told him that wasn't my intention at all, but we should have had a clearer conversation about the budget before we took this trip, and I accept the responsibility for that too. He feels strongly that I made him feel bad for not being able to give me the world. Basically, the entire day ended up being tense. Am I the beehole for responding that way? He thinks I should have shown more gratitude and not gotten defensive. Well, I don't blame you for getting defensive. He's accusing you of wasting money that you didn't do. You know what I mean? You didn't suggest all that stuff. Heck, you didn't even suggest to come. He's the one who said, I got you. In hindsight, I agree that he's paying for everything, and I should maybe just said okay rather than arguing. No, that would have annoyed me, because he's the one screwing up. Like I said he got you, and I assume, like anybody would be like, oh, I have to completely cover my girl, because she said she couldn't do it, which really nice of you. A lot of people would just be like, okay, yeah, I'll go with you, and then try to trick people into paying for everything. But you were honest and straight up with him. You said, hey, I can't afford this. Go by yourself or go with friends and have fun. I think that's, really, fair and level-headed of you. And he went, no, come on, I'll pay for your stuff. When you get there, now he's mad that he's paying for you when he said he'd pay for you. Like, what the hell, man? It sounds like this dude has just been pampered his whole life, and now he notices his money running out when he had basically infinite money growing up. And now that's starting to get to him. Yeah, you could have said okay, but I wouldn't have said okay in that situation. You weren't the one suggesting all of this, wasting money on... How much was that appetizer? It was like 34 bucks. It better be an appetizer that's every appetizer. And I assume the drink is like 24 bucks. You know how alcohol is. But after that, I'm going to say you're not in the wrong because you gave him an out. He didn't have to even bring you on this trip, and he still suggested to bring you. So OP, no, not the beehole. That's his problem and his fault. He's the one who made the mistake, and now he seems like he's lashing out at you for his own F ups. And our next one is from Your Creepy Grams. Am I the beehole for refusing to install a tracking app on my phone? My mum wants me to install a tracking app onto my phone so herself, my sister, and I can track each other basically. She claims it's for our safety and that if something happens to one of us, we'll be able to use it to find where we are. Okay, we kind of do that, but we don't leave the tracking on all the time. You're able to shut it off, but if we're going like out of the state or out of town, you know what I mean, somewhere far, we'll turn it on just in case we go missing. And it's up to individuals. I just leave mine on. I really don't care if people, my family knows where I am. Don't care, but it depends on each person. But back to the story. But I don't want that. I'm a 19-year-old male, and they've told her I have the right to privacy, and that I don't want to download the app because I don't see why my family should know my location 24/7. And it's not like I'm not honest with her either. I tell her exactly where I'm going. When I plan to get back, I'll message if I'm running late or if there's a change in plans. I tell her if I'm getting drunk/high with people and tell her who I'm with. It's not like I'm trying to hide something, which she is now accusing me of because I don't want the tracking app on my phone. I've tried explaining to her that I'm also an adult too. I have a full-time job, I pay for everything I use myself, and I pay for her housekeeping. And whilst she accepts that, she's completely ignoring the grand scheme of things. She sees me as not installing the app as me not caring about her. I don't know where she got that, as I clearly don't want to put her mind at ease, and I don't care about her safety. Well, why is it your job to put her mind at ease? You're an adult. Yeah, you're still living at home, but eventually you're gonna move out, and what's she gonna do then? She won't know exactly what you're doing all the time. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. I've told her that I'll even compromise and install the app if she wants to. She can willingly track for her safety, but that my location would be off. That's not good enough for her. So, am I the beehole for refusing to install a tracking app on my phone? I'm gonna say no, you're not the beehole, because it sounds like you're being responsible. You tell them where you're at, who you're with, you know what I mean? And we have the tracking app because if one of us goes missing, we got a place to start. But you are not forced or obligated to share your location. Now, only time I would suggest for you to share your location if she did meet you halfway and install the app and you could track her and all that is if you're going somewhere far, you know what I mean, out of the country, that sort of thing. So stuff happens. I get that, but no, when you're out in town, no, you shouldn't have to have the tracking app on. And it's kind of annoying knowing someone can know exactly where you are. Personally, I don't mind. I got over it, but I have a family member who doesn't like it, and they handle it their own way. They turn on the app with certain people, and with other family members, they only turn it on when they're going to, like I said, out of the country, stuff like that. So no, I'm gonna say you're not the beehole, and your mom needs to get over it. It's not about her all the time, you know what I mean? Like I said, you're not gonna be with her forever. She's not gonna be able to track you if you're in your own place. So no, not the beehole. And our final one is from Who Hoser Daddy. Am I the beehole for wanting to keep my jackpot winnings? My dad and brother have been playing a weekly drawing for the VFW for several weeks. The jackpots can be large until someone is called, and then their number is pulled. My brother even goes early in the morning to buy his tickets. I live out of town and can't attend, so this week I asked him to put $10 in for me in the drawing, and coincidentally, my bro owed me $10 for a sports bet I placed for him. They sent me photos of my tickets, with my brother picking the numbers and my dad filling them out. Fast forward to the drawing, my ticket was pulled, and my number, the one he chose, came up, meaning I won $15,000 before taxes. I was ecstatic. Ooh, nice, OP, that's a good win. Afterwards, my brother, who makes more than I do, seemed a little jealous and said out of fairness, I should give him 20% for making it happen. That seemed ridiculous to me, and I hate being in this position. I told him no, I won't cut him a check, but I'll pay for his trip to us so we can celebrate. As a side note, my father peeled off $100 in beer money for his trouble, which I'm cool with. Am I the beehole? I'm gonna say you're not the beehole because yeah, give him something like how you gave your father $100 for beer, but not 20% because they had to be there for you to get the ticket to win the money. Like that's fair. I'll give him something, but not 20%. Your dad seems to know what he's doing. Your brother seems like he's jealous that he didn't win, and I bet you if he didn't win, he wouldn't give you a dime. So I'm gonna say you're not the beehole. Those are your winnings. After taxes, you're not gonna have 15,000. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I'd say do handle it the way you did with your dad. Personally, if he's acting like that, I wouldn't give him a bloody thing. I would give the dad some more money because he seems pretty chill. But OP, no, you're not the beehole. That is your winnings, and I'm pretty sure if he won, he wouldn't give you a dime. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. And can you please do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out, it helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.